Hey, everybody, and welcome to yet another time to spend time with you on Snapshot, home of the 15-minute selfie with Marilyn Green. That is me. So I hope all is well out there, and get ready for a innovative, creative. Wow. She all that for real. Okay. And plus, guess what else? She's extremely pretty. All right. Extremely pretty and talented. Okay. I mean, she's a triple threat. She got it going on. But before I bring her up, of course, I'm going to have to tell you guys what I got coming up for Snapshot that you want to take advantage of. It's my birthday. It's my birthday coming up in October 26th. And hey, I got a special for I'm turning 67. So guess what? I'm just going to say 67 for a snapshot opportunity because that's what it is. And I only have 7 more of those. So you need to get your 15 minute of fame. You see my number on there. And so you might say, okay, so what I'm going to get? I'm going to tell you what you're going to get. Okay, you're going to get the professional interviewer such as myself. You're going to get marketing. You can use this experience or opportunity any place. All right. Okay, so maybe you got an event coming up and you want to talk about it and get a nice little video going on. Or guess what? You shy people out there that say, I can't do this, I can't do this. This is a perfect time for you to come on with me, who's warm and personable. And it's going to make sure that everything is super calm and really nice for you. Once you get finished, you get to get this video and you can put it on YouTube, Facebook, and all that. So, hey, $67, you cannot beat that any place. Okay. So, hey, you guys need to contact me at 636-442-2630, or you can DM me on Facebook. All right, one more. Catch me. I'm coming back. I'm relaunching October 1 as well on Girl Who Don't You Know. And you can catch me on Facebook or on YouTube at my new address is at Girl Who Don't You Know. So, hey, enough of me. I need to get to the person of the 15-minute. I almost say hours, 15 minutes, because this is the home of the 15-minute selfie. So, let me put this up here. And then I see my guest smiling in what we call the green room. So I'm going to bring her up just as soon as I find her name and make it official. All right, here she comes. Rachel, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
You
Thanks for
know I'm
having me.
doing. I'm doing, girl. I'm doing.
You're
Okay.
doing.
I'm doing.
That's
What's
right.
going on here?
Hi.
I see you. I mean, hey, let me tell you something. Rachel is dynamic. She's a dynamic person.
Mhm.
She's an entrepreneur, a designer, an author. And an entrepreneur is a whole bunch of stuff. That's an easy way to catch all to say everything I do, I'm an entrepreneur. But hey, Rachel, tell us a little bit about you and what you need to share with us because we are certainly going to listen to you. So go for it,
Mm.
Rachel.
Absolutely. Well, first, I just want to honor you and say thank you for inviting me here and having this 15 minutes. It's just a beautiful opportunity. And I love your show. I love what you're doing. So I just want to honor you and say thank you so much.
Welcome.
You are beautiful yourself. You were like, she's so pretty. I was like, girl, who? You? Yes, you are.
It's just hard for me. It's hard for me, girl. But somebody got to do it, Rachel. Somebody.
Somebody got to be it.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much. But yes, my name is Rachel Ketchens, and you're right. Entrepreneur is kind of a catch-all for me. Designer, author. I kind of am one of those people that I have my hand in a lot of different pots, but I like it that way. It's a beautiful chaos and
Right.
a great opportunity. So part of what I do, I've been a designer for websites and graphics for over 13 years now. I got an industry, and I just loved it. I've always been a creative person. person, and this is outlet has just been awesome. But more than anything, I love helping people. And so what I found is that graphics and web design was a way to help people to fulfill their own dreams. And so that is always the reward and exciting part. I feel like designing is just the bonus, and the helping people and see their dreams come true is the prize for me. So I love what I do. And then I design a couple of different things. So I do websites and graphics, but that kind of floats over to two other businesses. One is Rachel Christine Planners. I do planners and journals. And then the other one is
Wow.
called Unstoppable, which is a Christian apparel line, which I hope we'll
Wow.
get into today. And then, yes, I do author. I have two co-authored books called Jesus Girl, which is amazing. It's a co-authored book with the first book I think was 8 women.
Mhm.
8 women together wrote this book, which is beautiful. And then the back is full of testimonies, which is awesome. And then there's another book, which is a Jesus Girl kind of part 2, but it's called Moving Forward. And
Okay.
that is a book that was co-written with 18 authors.
Wow.
And so that's a pretty big book. It's beautiful, just all the stories. And then I wrote my own book, which is kind of my story, which is Memoirs of a Gay Girl, which has to do with my past before redemption with Christ. So
Oh
very
my.
interesting
Okay,
story.
put a period right there. Put a period right there.
Yeah, period.
I didn't know that. Let me tell you something, you guys, about Rachel. Rachel, she did my website for JFY Consulting. It is slamming, okay? So if you really want to see her work, go to jfyconsulting.com, and she knocked it out the park. Now, let me tell you what I said to her before we got on here is that I love a consultant. She ain't got that on there, but it is a consultant that you can tell them what you're looking for, and because of, and I'll say this, the God in her, she can pick it up and she
Yeah.
will produce exactly what you are feeling in your spirit. She's gonna put it on paper for you. You're gonna see it. So I just had to put that in there because my website is, look, I'll just say it's good. Let me just stop talking here. It's good, it's great, okay, but it's really slamming. So go there and see her work. But no, I'm excited, Rachel, to have you here.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about the many different things that you are doing, but hey, you know us, we're a visual world. So hey, I think you need to show us. Can you show us something?
I can, yes, absolutely.
All right.
So I have a basically overarching business, which is Market Me LLC. That's my company for graphic marketing design and Wix, and I'll show you all that. And this website, my company, we do all kinds of things. So I started expanding beyond just doing a website or a graphic, and we kind of do a lot of different things now. I'm sorry, hold on.
No, take your time.
Let's see. But the company, we offer anything from websites to graphics to logos to if you have a website already and you're going, I just want to revamp this, right? I want it to look better. Or perhaps you have a website and you're like, I need someone to look at this and see, am I on the right track? Is there something that I can do? I was talking to a woman yesterday and she had sent out this thing, was like, is this okay? And I basically, part of what we offer is to go and look at your site and tell you how to tweak your site if you are a DIYer. But if you're not, of course, my company will design your website for you. We offer tons of different services. And I actually feature your website on my website because I love it so much. I love the colors. I love the
Oh my God.
personality you offer. So I have you, Miss Marilyn, as part of my marketing on my website because I think your work is so great.
Thank
And
you.
we do some web redesign, as you can see here, this idea of a before and after. We do logos, branding, flyers, and brochures. And then we have obviously consulting. You talked about consulting. So I do a lot of consulting as well. If anyone has anything that they need addressing, talking about, any marketing ideas, things just come. And I know that for me, I believe that is the Lord. Someone can give me a problem and the Lord just kind of drops a solution and I can spit it out real quick. And I know that's not me. And so I thank God for that. But I do offer courses, which I do want to share and kind of what I want to dig in for your audience here. What I found, I have something called MM Academy, which stands for Market Me Academy. what I found in my years of business, and kind of why I started doing more Wix. I started off as a coder, doing Joomla and WordPress and all these sites that you need a little more
When
technical
and
skill.
Rachel, when you say Wix and WordPress, tell us about what Wix is just a little bit in WordPress.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So Wix, basically, Wix is a website building platform,
Mhm.
but is what we call as designers, we call them a drag and drop builder, which means it's
Oh,
a little easier to design. So you kind of take an element you want, you drag it, and you drop it where you want it. That's why we call it drag and drop.
mhm.
But you have sites that like Joomla or WordPress, or there's tons of different other designing platforms where you had to know coding, you had to know the language, if you will, how to make elements look a certain way or make a font yellow or make a background blue like this one is. You had to kind of know those things. But what
Right.
I found is that my clients that I got, I have a passion for small businesses,
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, and non-for-profits. That
Yes.
means if they're starting off, their budgets aren't that big. And you have
Right.
tons of big box industries that they're charging thousands of dollars for a site. And that means that that dream for that entrepreneur, that small business is out of reach. I
Right.
hated that gap. I felt like I needed to fill that in. And so I kind of started just helping people on the side. And if they gave me money, that was okay. And then my friend's like, you're crazy, do this as a business and charge for it. So I started charging for it, and it kind of spiraled into this business that I have now. But my prices are to be accessible to people that do not have that pocket change to pay for a website. But beyond that, I had people who said, you know what, even though your prices are low for the industry, I still can't even afford that. I have $100 in my pocket and I need a site so I can start a business and I want to achieve my dream. So what I
Wow.
started to do was I started to teach people. I said, the drag and drop builder, especially with Wix, which is kind of where I niched myself. I got away from the other things and niched myself because my clients were going, I can't afford to pay you to edit my site. Every time I need to change a word or a
Mhm.
picture or add a new event, you have to pay someone. And you can pay anywhere from $100 to $200, $300 for
That's
someone
right.
to tweak your site,
That's
just
right.
edit it. And I felt like I don't want to rob people. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to empower people. So that's what I filtered my brand around, to empower people. And so I started going, let me train you how to edit your own site. And Wix was one of the easiest and
It
the most
is.
advanced building systems you could use. So I started transferring my clients over to Wix, teaching them how to use it to edit their site after I built their site. But
Mhm.
what I did beyond that is I opened up Academy. And Academy is basically where I offer a training privately to teach you how to build your own site. So I take you through a whole course. How do you pick your templates? Because that's a whole thing. People think that's just cut and dry. It's not.
Mhm.
There's a whole process for how you pick
Mhm.
the right template to make yourself much more set up for success, if that makes sense.
Right.
I teach you the elements, how to shop, how to have a designer's eye, how to bring things. You could be like, I am the worst designer ever. I don't know what I'm doing. I promise you, if you take this course, you're going to feel so empowered, so ready, and your site's going to come together beautifully. And I do
Wow.
that because I want everyone. There's so many dreams in
Yes.
people. So many people are like, I wish I could do this one day. And they feel like there's such a barrier to entry. And that
Yes.
entry point is your website. You've got the dream. You just need to have a
Yes.
visual
Yes.
parking lot for your dreams to live so people can see it and buy into it. That's where I come in. I want to give you the empowerment, the tools you need. So if you can't afford to hire my company to build it for you, I want to teach you how to build it yourself. So that's what I started offering.
I like that because so many people would say, I would say, they'll ask me on the business aspect. The first thing I say, what's your website? And they say, oh, well, I don't have one now. Speak to that one. Speak to that real quick, Rachel, about how it's so valuable. I mean, you can't live without it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right now, I tell people like this. We used to, back in the day, business cards were the thing. If you said
Mhm.
you're a business and you say, where's your business card? And you didn't have one, immediately people thought less of you. You don't have a business card? Like, that's
Right.
the thing. Well, now it's a website. Websites are easy to obtain, but they're not easy to make look good. Okay,
They're
that's the
not.
difference. So they are easy to obtain. So now it's like, if you don't have a website, you're not legit, you're not official. People look at your website as your digital business card.
Yes.
Not having one is a massive dig into your brand,
It
into your
is.
reputation, into your
It is.
trust factor. So it's not a question of should I have one or not. It's a question of how soon can I get one up? How
That's it.
fast can I get it? It is a urgent, it is an absolute, it's a must. There is no wiggle room around it. You know, a lot of mom and pops are feeling that suffering. They're having a small company on the corner. They've been there for a long time. They're going, what's happening? You get a website, immediately you start getting trust factor, because someone can say, hey, did you hear about Maryland shop on the corner? They go, no, you should check that out. Guess what they do? Do you think they drive by it? No. What they do, immediately they get on their phone and they go Maryland shop, and they want to see, what is that about? They want to look at pictures. They want to get idea before they take their time to come visit you. And
That's
it needs
right.
to be that way. So it's an absolute, it's a must. Your company is suffering if you do not have one. I guarantee you. You don't
Right.
even have to have a business card much anymore, but you must have a website for sure.
So not only do you do that now, I know that you do a t-shirts. What is that? What show is that?
Yes. So something I also, because as you know, I am a designer. So
Yes, you
part
are.
of what I like to do is I design, and I love the Lord. I love the Lord. And so the Lord gave me the idea for a clothing apparel line. And I
Mhm.
started probably 9 months ago, got really excited, started designing, because designing, you can design one thing, you can kind of design anything. So I started
Right.
designing t-shirts and hoodies and hats and things. I got really excited. And after so long of doing this, I'm going to stop sharing this. I'll open
Okay.
this next window. I started going through this process of opening this apparel line. And while I had a lot of fun designing this apparel line and getting it ready, I ran into a lot of bumps in the road, if you will. So this is Unstoppable Apparel. So this is my new apparel line. It is attached to my personal brand, which is rachelketchens.com, which is where I sell my planners and my books.
Mhm.
But I have Unstoppable Apparels as a part of my personal brand. And so this company is just anything faith-based. My goal is to bring people into a love and a boldness for wearing holiness, right? And so that's what this
Yeah.
brand represents. And so I have so many, I have about close to 400 products in this store. And
Wow.
we are launching actually this week, which is very exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm
Mhm.
very excited. I took my
Me
time to try to get it
too.
right. So we have hoodies, we have unisex t-shirts, we have men's t-shirts, women's cut t-shirts, and hats. Okay. And there, I mean, there's so much in this brand. And so
I love
whatever you're
that.
looking for, I kind of broke it down. The theme is his love is unstoppable, which comes out of Romans 8:38, which is what the Lord told me. It's not necessarily that we're unstoppable, but with God, it's the idea that his love is what's unstoppable. Nothing can keep us from it. And I want the world to know that. So
I
there's this
love that.
brand, all these t-shirts. I mean, there's so many different kinds. Each one comes in like 30 different colors. I mean, we all go all the way up to 4X. So lots of sizes, different collections here for you can filter through. And so it's a great site. But what I decided to do after I went through this, I started doing it and I started talking to different friends, right? And different ones, I realized like I kept hitting these kind of roads, you know, these brick walls, so to speak, where I'd run into something and I have to start over and be like, oh, I didn't know that. And I'd start over. And I had watched these like YouTube videos on how to do things, and they were always so incomplete. They give you a little information, but not enough. So I spent literally months researching, reading, watching customer service, asking questions. I mean, I did so much work to figure out, how do I get a site like this up? And what my site is what's called print on demand. So I
Mm,
decided when I started this apparel line, I said, God, I don't want to be pressing shirts and wrapping them and mailing them and like, I don't want that to be my
this
life.
is how
Like,
you
right?
doing it.
I don't
Right.
want to do that. That's not, I don't want that to be my life, right? Like, this is not, I'm a designer. I want to do what I love to do and let someone else do what they do. So I found print on demand, which is basically a service that you design the products, you place it on products they have, and they will print the order, fulfill the order, and ship it off to your customer for you. They actually receive the order, fulfill it. You do nothing. All you've done is take your dreams, put them on the products you want them on, send them to your store, advertise your store, let the customers come, and the company does all the work for you.
Now,
Now,
let me
that
jump
is my
in real
dream.
quick. Let me jump in real quick because of time. Let's listen to this. Now, what she's going to, I know what she's going to say. She got a class
Yes.
that she's going to have out there. This, I think it's out there or it's coming out there. But
It's,
what she's done is that, which most entrepreneurs do, is that they see a gap. Okay. And in that gap, what she saw was that people like you and me, we needed to go through this process of print on demand. by knowing all the different hiccups, okay, knowing where not to go. Don't go down that road, go down this road. So that's the class she's talking about. And I'm thinking that they go to your website and get that.
Yes, mymarketme.com. There's a print on demand course there. I am doing a special this month on it. So just if you inbox or request the course through the website, I can talk to you more. But it's just from start to finish, getting you set up a print on demand course to have the same kind of store that I have from the comfort of your own home without doing the work. So that's.
I love that. And when this show shows, please go in, okay, and put all the information you want in there in the chat, okay, so that everybody can see it. But hey, this has been great. I love it. Okay, that 15 minutes of fame goes so fast, right?
I know
But
that
all
was
you
so
need
good.
is 5 minutes to say, hey, this is what's going on, really. But the 15 minutes is gone. But Rachel, look, you are so amazing. So I'm going to put your information up here. There's her email, there's her website. Okay. And here, it don't matter with social media, that's hers at My Market Me. So, Rachel, it has been so super great to have you as my guest. And I'm gonna tell you guys, this is the first time I really saw her. And I think this is the first time we really talk and saw each other at the same time. We've not done that, but we've been doing mad business together. And I do appreciate her. And once I get and grow up and start having t-shirts and all that stuff, then I'm going to make sure that I jump in that course for sure, Rachel, because I don't have time for trying to figure out stuff, Okay. No,
I
no,
understand.
not at all. But listen, I'm going to tell you now again about, hey, now you see my age 67, so almost in October. Now I don't have time, so I'm gonna definitely get in that class. Okay, so if you want to be on Snapshot, I got 7 opportunities. Please call me. 15 minutes of fame. All righty. So Rachel, thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
And you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. And everybody else, you do the same. Take care now. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.